welcome to class today. Today we're going to be doing a slow flow. So it's going to be constant movement. So we're going to be moving the whole time and we're really going to be focusing on transitions. So it's not going to be so much moving to the pace of the breath, but your breath is going to be really important. We want to really slow down the breath so that we can slow down the movement. So a movement that might normally take you one breath, in this class we're going to try and extend it to maybe take 5 or 6 breaths so that you can really sort of tap into the places in your transitions where maybe you're not as strong or maybe you're struggling, and you'll find that you'll really work some muscles that you're not used to working. So I don't need any props for today. And we're going to start in a seated position. So come to a comfortable seated position and take one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and close the eyes. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And then let it go through the mouth. And then close the mouth, start to breathe in and out through the nose. And as you breathe in, feel the hand on the chest rise, feel the ribs expand, and then feel the hand on the lower belly rise. And then as you exhale, feel first the lower belly fall, the ribs contract, and then the chest fall. And keep trying to direct the breath down into the lower belly. And try to even your inhales to your exhale. So inhale to the count of 4. And then slowly exhale to the count of 4. And take a few more rounds like that. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And keep going for a few more rounds like this. Feel free to set your own pace. It might be longer, it might be shorter. Just try and even out the inhales and the exhales and keep this through class. And take one more cycle. And then blink open through the eyes. Take the hands to the front shin. And we're going to take a camel ride. So this is essentially cat-cow in a seated position. So slowly start to extend the chest forward, arching through the back. And then as you exhale slowly, round the spine, scoop the belly. Maybe the chin comes towards the chest. And then keep going like this to the pace of your breath. So you might take 5 counts to get all the way to the end of each movement. And if you can make it even longer than that, wonderful. This is great for warming up the spine, warming up the belly. Take one more in each direction. Slowly make your way to center. Start to reach the hands up overhead as if you're pushing something really, really heavy all the way overhead, or trying to squeeze a really full beach ball. And then when you get to the top, start to take the right hand down towards the floor, reaching over to the right, really feeling the engagement through the abs to control that movement. And once the hand plants, maybe the elbow can come down as you reach a little further. And then once you reach the edge of your ability to lengthen, slowly start to come back to center. Again, using the abdominal muscles to slowly draw yourself all the way to center. And then come through center, slowly control your descent to the left. Trying to ground down through the right hip. And then once the hand comes down, maybe the forearm comes down, keep reaching as far as you can, keeping the right hip grounded. And then engaging through the right side of the abdominal wall, slowly draw yourself back to center. And then as the arms come overhead, start to twist yourself to the right, slowly parting your arms down as if you're pushing down water. And then once your hands touch, slowly inhale. Start to twist yourself back through center, using your muscles as opposed to momentum to get you in and out of the twists. And start to twist to the left. Keep tall through the spine. Slowly start to bring the hands down. And then as soon as they touch, start to raise them back up again. Trying to keep the knees down towards the floor. And then float the hands down, make your way into all fours, and we'll take slow-mo cat-cows. So take a nice long inhale, drop the belly, reach the sternum, cow belly. And then exhale, feel every part of your spine scooping, rolling into the movement. And take 2 more cycles at the pace of your breath. And then drop into cow belly. And this time as you exhale, you're going to plant the top of the feet and bring the knees to hover as you continue to arch the spine into cat. Slowly round all the way. And then as slowly as you can, lower the knees back down. Drop into cow belly as you inhale. And then again, pressing through the tops of the feet to bring the knees to hover as you slowly continue to round the spine, really scooping the tailbone. And then as if you're allergic to the floor and you don't want your knees to touch it, start to lower the knees down, drop into cow belly. And just one more like this. And then start to tuck the toes as you bring the spine back through neutral. See how slowly you can make your way to downward dog, first hovering the knees and then lifting the hips. So you'll feel the abs engage, you'll feel the shoulders and the quads engage. Take the hips nice and high and then start to shift yourself back into downward dog. You'll really get to hear my ankles crack today. And then as soon as you get there, start to shift yourself forward into plank pose. Try and take at least the count of 5 to get yourself all the way forward, making sure that the shoulders are over the wrists, lengthening your stance a little if you need to. And as soon as you get there, start to lift the hips towards the ceiling, up on the tippy toes, take it back to downward dog. It might take you 3 or 4 breaths to get there. And we'll do that a few more times, just waving yourself through. The slower the better. Try and tap into the parts of the movement where maybe you're feeling stuck, or the parts of the movement that your mind wants to rush through. We always want to be going, we always want to be doing, we always want to be at the next thing. And this is really teaching us to slow down and really look at the journey, but also really look at ourselves, check our egos, see where we need to work on. Make your way towards plank. And then dropping the knees if you need to. We're going to lower all the way to the belly for the count of 5, 4, keep the elbows hugging in, 2, 1, chest and legs lower at the same time. Untuck the toes, slowly peel up, cobra. And then roll it down. 2 more like that. Keep the elbows drawing towards the back of the mat, the collarbones wide. And keep lengthening through the lower spine, bringing the strength into the upper body. And then keeping the elbows close, ground down through the hands with the knees up or down. We're going to come back into plank for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly start to pike the hips as you bring it back to downward dog. And we'll do that again, coming forward to plank. And this time you'll have the choice to go either halfway down for chaturanga or continue to lower all the way down. As soon as you arrive in plank, start to lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip the toes, tops of the feet press. Start to raise yourself up, either up dog or cobra. And then as you exhale, take it back to downward dog. So if you're in up dog, try and keep yourself on the top of your feet as you start to lift the hips up. Stay on the top of the feet as long as you can. And then roll over the toes at the last moment. And just feel the difference in the work it takes in your abdominals. One more time. Take it forward. And this time everyone's going to flip their feet so that now you're on the top of your feet in a plank. Lower for 5, 4, keep the collarbones wide, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to come straight back up. Your knees can come down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay on the tops of your feet and then start to lift the hips up. Really draw through the legs and the lower belly. And then bring it back into downward dog. So your leg strength is so important in downward dog and in the transitions. Slowly start to raise your right leg up. And then as you exhale, start to bend it in towards you. Slowly shift towards plank with the knee coming into the nose. This is really going to help you with the transition of stepping your foot forward between your hands. Slowly take it back. Extend the leg. And this time, as you bend it, we're going to start to shift towards right knee to right elbow. And see how high you can get it using the muscles and not momentum. And try not to side crunch, so try and keep the torso long. Engage the hip flexor, engage the glute. And then start to slowly send it back. And then this time we're going to cross the body, right knee to left elbow. And same thing here, try and see how high you can get the knee without flinging it up there and without shortening through either side of the waist. Keep both collarbones facing towards the floor. And then slowly reverse the movement. And then we'll bring it down through center one more time. And this time we're going to hold for a beat at the end of the movement. So suck that knee a little bit further in towards the chest when you get there. And then slow as you can, step the right foot up in between the hands. Walk it up if it doesn't quite get there. Start to lower through the left knee. And then taking the arms forward, adding a little bit more strength work, slowly make your way into a half lunge. Gently drawing the right hip back, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. And then as soon as you get there, maybe palms touch, maybe you bring a little bit of a back bend into the movement. And then exhale. Well, it'll probably take you several exhales to get all the way back down again. And then plant the left hand. Keep the back knee down or lift it up. Start to rotate open towards the right. And then stay here in the twist, or as soon as that arm extends, slowly rotate to the outside edge of the left foot and see how slowly you can step the right foot back to side plank. Maybe you drop the left knee if you need to. Extend along once you get there. And then reverse the movement. So start by drawing the right knee in towards the chest. And then start to rotate yourself back to a low lunge. You might have to grab that foot to get it up to the top of the mat. Extend the chest nice and long. And then plant the hands. Slowly step the right leg back to plank. And then two-legged plank or one-legged plank. To the count of 5, we lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the top of the feet. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, drawing through the legs, piking through the hips. Slowly, downward dog. Start to lift the left leg. Gently draw back through the right hip. And then start to bend the left knee in towards the chest as you make your way into plank. Knee coming towards the nose. Hips coming towards the floor without just dropping them. Slowly make your way back. Hips lift. Leg extends. And keeping the torso long, shift forward. Left knee coming towards the left elbow. Trying not to shorten through the left side of the waist. Getting the knee as high as you can. And then taking it back. And then coming forward, taking the left knee towards the right elbow, keeping both collarbones squaring towards the mat. And then bringing it back. And then bringing it one more time, knee to nose. Hold it for a beat at the top. Draw the knee in a little bit more. And then step the left foot up. Extend the chest. Slowly lower the back knee. And then sweeping the arms forward, drawing the left hip back slightly. Start to make your way up into a half lunge. And then once you get to the top of your movement, maybe the palms touch, maybe a little back bend. And before you slowly start to make your way back down, really gathering all that length through the spine. And then planting the right hand, keeping the knee down or up, come into a twist. And then stay here or slowly start to step your left leg back to meet the right. Extending long when you get here. And then slowly bringing the left knee in towards the chest. Get it as high up as you can. Maybe taking the hand around the ankle if you need a little bit of extra assistance. Stepping it back to low lunge. Extending the chest here. Plant the hands. Step the left leg back. And then keep the leg up or down. Lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip the toes. Back bend of your choice. And then slowly to downward dog. And you can always, as in every class, skip the vinyasas. Raise the right leg. Bend the knee in towards the chest as you start to shift forward. And then looking between the hands, slowly step the foot up. Stay off the back knee this time. Start to reach the arms forward again, and we'll come up to full crescent. Keep drawing that right hip back and underneath you. Keep reaching the spine long. And as soon as you come up to crescent, we'll start to come forwards again. And when you get to about a 45 degree with your arms, you're slowly going to start to sweep them back. Squeeze the triceps at the end of the movement. And then start to sweep them forward. Come all the way up to standing. And your right quad should be shaking. And then we're going to make our way all the way down to the floor. Keep that right hip hugging underneath you. It's going to want to conk out to the side, really strengthen through the glute. Plant the left hand, sweep the right arm up. And then this time stay, step to side plank, or slowly step the right foot behind the left, coming onto the toes of the right foot, opening up the right shoulder towards the sky. Wild thing variation. You're on the sharp edge of the left foot. And then just as slowly as you came in, start to turn the torso back to the right. Start to lift the right leg. Listen for the change. Bring the right hand down, and then you're slowly going to bring the right knee underneath you towards the left elbow. Turn to the inside edge of the left foot. Start to extend the right leg out, and maybe extend the left leg up. Fallen triangle without the fallen bit. And then start to reverse the movement, bringing the left leg back in. Left hand down to the floor, back onto the toes of the left foot. Extend it up, three-legged dog. And then slowly shift forward. Optional one-legged vinyasa. Option to stay in down dog. We lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back bend. Downward dog. And then start to raise the left leg up. Start to draw the knee in towards the chest as you shift forward towards plank. Look between the hands. Step or assist the leg up. Draw the left hip back. Start to reach the hands forward as you raise up into crescent. And then as you reach the top, maybe palms come to touch, maybe look up. And then start to hinge yourself back forward again, reaching long. And when you get to that 45, start to sweep the arms back behind you. Squeezing through the triceps, feeling the shoulders move away from the ears. And then start to sweep the arms forward again. Keep the left hip hugging underneath you. Start to raise all the way up. And then slowly make your way back down. Who would have thought going slow could be so hard? Plant the right hand, extend the left arm. Stay in the twist, or start to rotate to the outside of the right leg, stepping the left leg to meet the right, or stepping behind, landing on the ball of the left foot, and then starting to rotate the chest open towards the sky, opening through the left arm if you don't have a cupboard in the way. And then start to come out, rotating the chest back towards the floor, slowly lifting the left leg. So you can get some hang time in the transition as you slowly plant the left hand, start to draw the left knee over towards the right elbow, transition to the inside of the right foot. And as you start to lift the right arm, maybe extend the left leg long, keep lifted through the sides of the waist. And then reverse the movement, start to draw the leg back in towards you as you start to rotate the right arm down. And then send it back to three-legged dog with the left leg lifted. Option to stay or shift forward slowly for a one-legged plank. Option to keep that leg lifted or down. Lower for 5. Keep the elbows in. 4. Collarbones wide. 3. Belly lifted. 2. 1. Flip the toes. Back bend of your choice. And then start to draw it back. Downward facing dog. Raise the right leg. Start to bend the knee, shifting forward. Stepping or assisting the right leg through. This time we're going to step up to warrior 3. So start to shift the weight forward onto the right leg. Keep the right leg bent as you start to lift the left leg off. If you have the space, reach the arms in front of you. Otherwise, hands can come to heart center or reaching behind you. And as soon as that right leg is straight, start to bring yourself all the way up to standing. And then start to extend the left leg out in front of you. Maybe the knee stays bent. Maybe you can extend the leg all the way as you reach the arms up overhead. Try and keep the shoulders over the hips. And we'll come out the way that we came in. So start to take the leg back behind you. Either teeter-totter the arms out in front of you if you've got the space, or bring the hands back to heart center. Start to tilt the chest forward. Draw the right hip back gently, the left hip slightly down. and then start to bend through the right leg. The left foot is going to step way, way back into low lunge. So we're aiming to get the hands and the foot to touch at the same time, and you'll probably wobble a lot. Try and keep the right hip hugging underneath you, and then eventually touch down. Step the right leg back to plank. Option, vinyasa, or skip it. We lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press straight back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send it back. 3-legged dog. And your same leg now, we're going to step that right leg forward again. So slowly make that transition. And this time you're going to step the foot to the center of the hands. Drop the back foot, heel to arch alignment. Start to reach the left arm forward, making an arc. And we're going to raise ourselves up to warrior 2. So once the arm is kind of perpendicular to the floor, start to lift the bottom arm, drive through the right heel. Make sure that the right knee doesn't collapse. Warrior 2. Flip the front hand. Sink a little deeper in your hips as you keep reaching up to the roof and back, reversing the warrior. And then we're going to move into a side angle variation. So slowly start to make your way back to warrior 2. Make sure you're keeping the alignment of that front knee and the right hip hugging underneath you. The right hand is going to sweep down in front of the right knee, making its way over towards the left hip as the left arm sweeps forward to the front of the room. So you're kind of in a cross position. Keep the torso nice and long, tailbone extending, and then start to bring it back up. And we're going to go into reverse warrior once again. Relax the toes on the front leg. I know it's talking to you. And then we're just going to do one more like that. Modified side angle. Sweeping the right hand over towards the left. Left arm reaching to the right. And then this time you're just going to continue that left hand down. Unwind the right hand. Both hands come to plant on the floor. I'm going to take that transition either into side plank or wild thing one more time. Slowly reaching the right arm up. Option to staying buoyant through the left hip, or rotate to the outside of the left foot, stepping either to side plank or stepping the right foot behind, landing on the ball of the right foot, opening the chest. Slowly making your way back. Maybe getting some hang time with the right arm and leg off the floor. And then right hand plants. Sweep the right knee towards the left arm. Maybe extending the arm and the leg. And then this time bring just the hand back down. Plant the foot, and slowly to the count of 5 start to sink the hips towards the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the floor and then start to lift back up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to draw the right leg back into a three-legged dog. And then set it down. Start to lift the left leg. Shift it forward, drawing the knee in towards the nose. Setting up for crescent on this side, except we're going to take it straight to warrior 3 or aeroplane. So as soon as that left foot lands, if you have the space, start to reach the arms out in front of you, or bring the hands to the heart center. Keep the knee bent as long as you can, then slowly start to lift the right leg off, extending up to straight. Feel the wobble in the leg, but try and keep that left hip hugging underneath you. And then start to come all the way up to standing. I really hope you guys can hear the piano. Our host plays the piano and it's just wonderful. Slowly start to extend the right leg out to staff. Maybe the leg straightens, maybe the knee stays bent, maybe you have to shift out of the way of the cupboard. And then bring the hands back to heart center or keep them extended out in front of you as you start to hinge yourself forward into warrior 3. Keep the hips even, start to bend the left knee, reaching the hands for the floor, and try and see if you can get the toes and the fingers to touch down at the same time. Slowly step the left leg back, three-legged dog. Stay or shift it forward, single leg plank. Option to lower both feet, lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, straight back up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to three-legged dog. Same leg, start to draw it towards the chest as you wave forward. And this time you're going to aim the foot for the center of the hands. Slowly drop the back foot, heel to arch. Reaching the right arm forward in an arc, like you're drawing a rainbow around you. And once that hand gets perpendicular to the floor, start to ground down through the left heel to drive yourself up slowly to warrior 2. Hips over the shoulders. Hips over the shoulders? Shoulders over the hips. Flip the front palm. Slowly reverse your warrior. Somehow I managed to get our bodies upside down. Not like I went to uni to study anatomy for 4 years or anything. And then start to bring it forward. Keep the left knee drawing out towards the pinky toe side. Come back through warrior 3 and then start to sweep the left arm in front of you as that right arm reaches up and overhead. Keep the spine long. Take it back. All the way through reverse warrior. Opening up the left side body. And then one more time into that modified side angle. And then this time you're just going to continue slowly all the way down to the floor, unwinding the left arm. Plant the right hand, open into the twist. Option to stay here, or one last time, step it back, either side angle or lifting up through the hips, stepping onto the ball of the left foot, opening the chest towards the sky. Slowly rotating back through. See if you can get some hang time. Sweeping the left leg under. Maybe extending the arm, maybe extending the leg. And keep the leg lifted as you slowly float the right hand down. And then slowly lower the left leg. See if you can get a little bit higher towards the hand. Start to lower the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips tap the floor. Draw it back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to make your way back to downward dog, three-legged downward dog. And then bring the left leg down. Take the right leg up. Draw it in. Step it by the thumb. Start to slowly bring yourself back in to that warrior 3 variation, whatever variation is working for you or you have space for. Start to bring yourself through to standing, and then make your way into hovering tree. So your leg comes up into tree pose, but your foot doesn't touch. Hold it there as you start to slowly sweep the arms up towards the sky. And then draw the knee towards the chest as you twist towards the left. Bring it back up through center. And then give myself more room. You're going to make your way into half moon pose from here. So start to open yourself out to the left as if you're a star. And then start to take the right hand down to the pinky toe side and in front of the right foot. So it's coming directly underneath your shoulder. And the fingers tap down. Take one breath to expand. And then you're going to come back up halfway and step the left leg wide. Hopefully a little bit slower than that. Come into a prayer squat, so start to sink yourself down. Turn the fingers down towards the floor. Take the arms wide as you raise onto the heels. Slowly raise the arms up. Raise off the heels rather. Bring the hands together. Slowly drop the heels. Turn the back foot in, rotate the front foot out, Warrior two, lengthen your stance if you need. Straighten through the front leg. Slowly start to hinge forward. Bring yourself down, triangle. Slowly raise up. Using the abs, strong through the front leg, don't lock the knee. Reverse triangle. Slowly make your way all the way back down to the floor. Reaching the arm long, slight bend in the knee, and then deeply bend the knee as the hand touches down. Plant the hands. Option straight to dog, or we lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back bend. Downward dog. Raise the left leg. Draw it in, shift forward. Place it by the left thumb. Start to shift the weight forward for warrior three. Bring yourself up to standing. Turning the right knee out, hovering tree. Start to raise the arms up overhead. Take the knee in towards the chest as you start to part the arms and twist to the right. Bring yourself back up through center. And then start to open yourself to the right, like you're a falling star. And then start to take the left hand slowly down towards the floor. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and that's fine. And as the fingertips touch the floor, start to make your way back up. Keeping long in the spine. And when you're about halfway, as slow as you can, start to bend the left leg. Step the right foot way back. Open yourself up into a wide-legged squat, prayer squat. Reach the arms overhead. And then start to cactus the arms. Turn the palms out. And the elbows are going to draw in towards the ribs. Reach the arms overhead. Straighten the legs, 5-pointed star. Parallel the feet. And then start to fold yourself forward. Keeping the arms off to the side. As if you're falling into like a really dense mattress or falling through jelly. And then once you fold it as far as you can, let the fingers brush the floor. Head is heavy. And then start to lead with the chest. Extend the arms off to the side again. Keep the spine long. Keep leading with the chest. All the way back up to standing. rotate the front foot out, warrior two. Start to straighten through the left leg. Lean as far forward as you can. Make your way into triangle. Make sure you don't lock out through the front knee. Keep long in the spine. And then use the strength of your abdominals to draw you all the way back up to standing. Coming into reverse triangle. And then reaching it all the way forward again. Slowly making a way down to the floor. Starting to bend through the knee. Rotate the hand down to the floor. And then last time, either dog or take it through one final vinyasa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip the toes. Back bend. Downward dog. And then slowly start to lower the knees. Make your way onto your back. So that little rotation is not going to be slow. Lower yourself down onto your back. Slowly roll down. And we'll take a slow bridge. So bring the feet in, parallel. Start to roll the spine. Think of the hip points moving towards the ribs as you peel the spine off segment by segment. And then roll it down just as slowly. Think of dropping a pearl necklace piece by piece down onto a desk. Now imagine that you're doing the same with your spine, segment by segment, just rolling it down. Take the hands out to capital T. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Inhale. And to the count of 5, drop the knees to the left. Sorry, to the count of 10, drop the knees to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then back to center. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue over to the right. 8, 7, 6. Bet you wish I counted faster. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come into happy baby. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the feet come down to the floor. Let the knees be wide, and just like we started, take one hand to the chest and one hand to the belly. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And let it go through the mouth. take any stretches or movements that you feel like you need before Shavasana. And don't be discouraged if you found that hard. It shows us where we need to strengthen, where we need to work. It just means that we show up and we try again tomorrow. Please stay in Shavasana for as long as you have the time for it. Today, as you go forward, may you have no judgment in your thoughts, no harshness in your words, and only kindness in your heart. Namaste.